Okay, Taylor, tell me what your idea is about.
Yeah, so basically, my premise in just moving forward, making the transition from therapy to coaching is just bringing more of my personal experience, my skill set outside of the clinical realm, and really just working with people in long term sobriety, long term recovery, and working with people. I identified just one issue to play around with, but helping people to basically give up control in their lives, knowing that control is one thing that I've seen where people can continue to feel stuck and continues to serve as a detriment to their life and their sobriety and what they're looking for.
Okay, sobriety from alcohol, drugs, or
Yes.
any 12-step concept. Okay, so they're
Yeah.
sober. They've been sober for some period of time,
Right.
and that's basically your ideal client. Okay, now the niche, you're making a classic confusion which people have, which therapists do especially, which is selling people what they need instead of what they want. So
Mhm.
you can see that they need to surrender. You can see that the control issues that they have are the problem. But the question is, can they see that? And so what you need to do is reframe it or restate this from the perspective of what do they think they need?
Mhm.
So pick somebody that you've helped with this and tell me, what did they actually come in saying to you?
Yeah, find it's very subtle, right? They don't come out and say, "Oh, I can't seem to give up control, but I'm unhappy." Like it's not, "Is this all there is?" mindset. I don't know why I keep doing this, but yeah, just very unhappy, feel very stuck.
Very stuck. So stuck in sobriety.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. So you're sober now. What? I know the term
Yeah.
emotional sobriety is one that people throw around,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Emotional
I'm not
stick.
even sure emotional sobriety is the right term for them.
Right.
Are they mostly complaining about love life?
That's one of them, but, I career is another one that I see a lot. Career, it's really just about any life domain you can think about, finances,
Mhm.
fam so, I think that's where I feel stuck as well in terms of narrowing down the
Yeah.
niche
You
or
have to
identify.
narrow around a particular problem. So what you have to understand is what you're going to give them is going to help them in every area.
Mhm.
And same. So it has to be based upon something that that they are coming in saying is bad. And if they can fix that, if they can see a result being to fix that, we call this the tangible end result. Then that's when they'll invest in a high ticket program as opposed to therapy. If you think about why
Right.
would somebody come to you, a therapist get, I feel stuck in my life all the time. But this person's only spent between $20 copay and 150 or $200 max
Yeah.
at this point. So when it's a not very defined problem and they don't know what the solution is, where they want to go, then you can sell them a therapy session. You see?
Mhm.
But in order to be able to do this and sell it as a coaching program, there needs to be a defined, tangible end result that people are shooting for. You see? And that's where I would go. Now, obviously, the if you want to pick relationships, the divorce rate is higher in AA
Yeah.
amongst all because sometimes they were married when they were drinking and then they divorce, and sometimes they're just going through so much after they get sober that they go through a lot of relationship problems, right? So if you pick that angle, then what you might find is that there are people who are looking for that help potentially with they've probably failed in a lot of relationships. Let's say they're about 3 years sober, something like that.
Mhm.
And they think the relationship's gonna fix them. And so as a result, they are going from relationship to relationship. The relationships become their higher power, right? Let's say you meet them at that place. Okay. What you need to do is formulate and craft an offer, which is something like it's something on the lines of happy, sober relationship. I help people in recovery get into happy, sober relationships by doing the inner work they need to
Mhm.
attract a higher quality man or woman.
Yeah.
If you actually niche down there, understand that what you're going to do is help them get unstuck at work. You're going to help them to get unstuck in these different areas. But now you actually have something to sell because what they're saying is, yes, now I'm sober and I'm fixed, which are not. Then I want to now have the marriage and the relationship that I should have. And if you can actually pick that one result, then it's a high value result that people will want to invest in. And you have to tell them stuff like the approach to sober dating.
Right.
You could do some intentional stuff like how to date in ways that actually helps you find out about the person, how to date
Mhm.
intentionally, the different types of relationships there are different types of date situations you can go in to find out who this person really is. Dating another sober person, you could even have a piece about that. So you're giving them tactics because that's what they think they need. But then you have to give them the real medicine at the same time. By the time they've actually started working with the real medicine, then that's when the change happens. But what they think they want to buy and what they actually need are two different things. And what you're trying to do right now is sell them what they need instead of selling them what they want and giving them that plus what they need. And that's the difference between success and failure.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. I haven't considered dating or
Mhm.
relationship coaching, but that's a big problem. So
5% of what they're sharing in the meeting, right?
yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Romance and finance.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think
That's
that's
where I would go with this.
okay.
Yeah, you're making a classic thing that just about all therapists do, which is I know what people need, and that's my
Yeah.
program's going to be what they really need. And it's like a classic situation because they all need it, but they're not going to pay for it.
Mhm.
Because what you're doing is selling discomfort and selling uncertainty. And these are the two things that people won't buy. People will buy comfort and certainty. You see what I mean? And so you have to sell the opposite of what you're giving them in some ways.
Yeah.
Now, you're not
That's
guaranteeing they'll be in a relationship. You're guaranteeing that you're going to show them how to do the work that's going to set them up for success. That makes
right.
sense?
Yes, definitely.
Are you just attracting a lot of sober people through your practice? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I see a wide range in my practice, but would like to serve more of people in recovery. And I think what I'm noticing with therapy is basically ends or they graduate when they start to get some relief from their symptoms. But beyond that, I think learning how to thrive is where I think coaching could come in and be just a very valuable going resource that can just tackles a lot of where therapy might fall short or just like getting the action piece, I think is
Right.
really important for folks to get.
I think so. They go to what few meetings a week. They spend that meeting, it's all talking, and then they come to therapy and it's talking. And what you're saying is it's actually about getting into action.
Yes,
Okay, that's
100%.
good. Okay. I think we have it. This
Yeah,
very
that.
short, very easy for me to make, but this steer would make the difference between success and failure in getting this done.
Yeah.
In terms of promotion, you could probably build a brand online for it. I know that AA frowns on people who sell stuff at AA, right? So you don't want to be doing that.
Yeah.
And your other key thing is you want to probably delineate a minimum amount of sobriety they have to have. Because number one, people in early sobriety, they want everything, but they can't afford anything a lot of the time. A lot of the time, not all the
Yeah,
time. But number two, they try to go too fast.
exactly.
So what do you think? A year sober?
That's what they typically recommend. Focus on
Hmm.
drug choice, just staying sober, not using. And then beyond that is the rule of thumb after a year.
Can you take people with other addictions?
Yeah, it's all the same. You get past the behavior and it's really all the same emotions and insecurities.
Can you take people who are not in recovery, but are either dry or doing church or doing some other way of staying sober?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of your videos just about, and I think it's an ongoing question getting too specific, or one point are you too broad or too exclusive?
There's about 1 to 1.5 million people in 12-step programs at any one time, right? Okay,
Yeah,
that's a big market. Is that global or is that just America? I think that's global, isn't it?
yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. But in terms of alcoholics, I think it's what, like 5% of people have an
Mhm.
addiction, something like that. Okay. I think your market is big enough. That's a significant market. You're looking, obviously, you have to make sure there's some basic ground rules in your program. Would you just take men or would you just take women or do you take men and women?
I would probably focus on women, but I'd be open to all genders.
If you take men who are interested in women, in fact, this could work for all orientations in the program. You have to have some ground rules because what you don't want is people making each other feel unsafe in the program. So you have to have rules about reaching out directly to other people in the program during the program. They can do what they want after. And if they don't respect the rules, you have to have a way to kick them out and no refund. Just you're out.
Mhm.
You can still have the course material, but you can't have the online community and the coaching calls. That'd be
Yeah.
the other one steer that you have to have for this particular kind of program. Because what you don't want is people coming to a program for healing and then feeling uncomfortable in the actual.
Yeah. That's because it's a group coaching. Oh, so no,
Okay. And then you just
that's
have to be also very clear that you're not treating the addiction in this program. This program is not for addiction treatment because addiction is in the DSM fund. So as a result, you have to be careful with what you do for that. And so you do not wish to be mistaken. I know you're not going to, but you don't wish to be mistaken for doing that in this program. That's the only other thing you have to be very clear with in the market. Let's say you
great.
have it though. This was easy. What other
Yeah.
questions can I answer for you?
Was not expecting that. I had this started writing a book and just
Okay.
wanted a thing program to come out of the book just organically, but yeah, I had it.
That's
Yeah.
smart, writing a book in that way. It's not always the way to do it. Sometimes it's better to launch the program, get it selling, and then write a book that promotes the program. But the book should upsell into the program because books on their own don't make money. The way to make money is to take a small percentage of the people who read your book and turn them into coaching clients, and that's actually how you make money. That's even true for best-selling authors.
Yeah.
You notice they all have their own programs and offers now that come out of their books.
Mhm.
That's where the profit is for them
Yeah.
because the publisher takes such a lion's share of the revenue, arguably, for not doing even close to enough to promote your program. But even if
Mhm.
you're self published at a low volume, it's still better than trying to sell 10,000 books a month at a few dollars each than to
Right.
sell a few people a month into a program at a few $1,000s each. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
Really.
Very good. What other questions can I answer for you?
I think, yeah, I didn't think it would be that straightforward. I know I'm more seriously looking to get started. And I know it's all the kind of the logistics that have really made me cautious or hesitant to get started, leaving the 9 to 5 and or titrating out and transitioning my own limiting beliefs and fears. So yeah, work to do.
Obviously, there's people like me who give a structure for this kind of thing. If you want to talk
Mhm,
about that, we can. But the key is to have the steps in the right order and take one step at a time and to do it scared
mhm,
because you'll never be able to get rid of the fear first and then do it. You have to
mhm.
do it while it's intimidating.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I know that this sounds a little bit different, like being a relationship coach is not what you joined this call to be, but you have to understand that what you're not really being as a relationship coach. You're being an inner work coach,
Yeah,
but you put it in the context of a relationship so it can sell.
yeah,
Does that make sense?
yeah, and
How
I
do you
think
feel about it?
yeah, it makes sense. I'm a LMFT, so I have the clinical experience, the personal experience. This is the population that I feel the most passionate about. So, yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. It'll be a really smooth transition.
Well, if you can have that flexibility, I think that's where you're going to get the most results.
Yeah, yeah.
Very good. Okay. Awesome. Look, if you want to talk about how we can help you do this, then just let me know and we'll have a separate conversation.
Okay.
But I think we got you there to where you need to be as quickly as possible. And what you have is with relationship coaching, or I should say with a program about relationships, is you're solving a high value problem. People feel is a time sensitive problem and it needs to be solved right now. That's how they feel. And as a result, and there's a big payoff to solving it and a big cost to not solving it. And if you can check those boxes, then you have a high ticket program that can sell.
Yeah, I think the dating and sobriety piece is key. I know a lot of my therapy clients, they have concurrent relationship coaching. So I think that was maybe another thought was is there a saturated market?
Oh, I think the market's just getting started. We've had hyper growth in coaching for a while, and
Mhm,
now it's more mature, and the
mhm,
customer is more discerning, and the people who just make up words for what kind of coach they are
mhm.
fading out. And I think we're ending up with a more serious market, a more serious product that people are like, who am I really signing up with here? And what kind of result can this person really realistically get me? And I think having mental health professionals as part of that market now makes a lot of sense. Whereas there was a lot of BS in the market before, a lot of that has been shaken out. Very good.
Yeah, I feel surprised, but a lot better about it. That makes a lot of sense. Selling what they want versus what they need.
Exactly. Awesome. All right. Well, this was fun.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right. I'll speak to you soon. I want to hear your progress as you do this, okay?
Perfect. Sounds great. Thanks
Okay.
so much.
Bye for now.
Bye. Take care.